Hello and welcome to the discussion of philosophy. Today I am going to discuss about another ancient Greek philosopher whose thought and whose philosophy inspired the whole ancient Greek world. He is Epicurus. Epicurus was an ancient Greek philosopher and sage. Epicureanism, a highly influential school of philosophy. We have seen in Greek philosophy also Pythagoras. He also formed his school of thought that was known as Pythagoreanism, and also Plato formed his new school, new thought, Platonism and Aristotelianism. Likewise, Epicureanism, also a highly influential school of thought. He was influenced by Democritus, Aristippus, Pyrrho and Cynics. In history, we can find that there are lots of dissimilarity or disagreement with Cynics people. But he stated that their contribution and their philosophy helped him to form his thought. Now his writings. Epicurus had originally written over 300 works on various subjects, but only fragments of his works are available with us. His surviving works with scholars nowadays, they have only 3 letters written to Menosius, Pythagoras and Herodotus, and 2 quotes. The Principle of Doctrines, the Vatican Sayings are available with them. From these things, we can able to know about his philosophy and thought. The purpose of philosophy, what he had written in his book, is to help people attain a happy and tranquil life characterized by ataraxia. This is a Greek word. Ataraxia means peace and freedom from fear, and aponia, that sense of pain. The 2 things he had discussed about in his work. Fear of death, according to Epicurus, fear of death, divine retribution and punishment in the afterlife causes unnecessary anxiety, selfish, self-protective behavior and hypocrisy. People should behave ethically, as immoral behavior will prevent them from attaining ataraxia. He believed that one should live a very happy, tranquil and moral life. His philosophy is quite similar to Stoics' philosopher. Now his philosophy. Epicurus was an empiricist. He believed this universe is infinite and eternal. All matter is made up of tiny particle, that is atoms. All occurrences in the natural world are ultimately the result of atoms moving and interacting in empty space. Now ethics. He was a hedonist. What is pleasurable is morally good and what is painful is morally evil. That is his thought. Death is the end of existence. He believed there is no afterlife, no punishment after life. So the thing is that death is the end of any mortal being. So the conception or the stories related to afterlife all are ridiculous superstitions. A person can only be happy if he lives wisely, soberly and morally. Now 2 types of pleasure. 2 different types of pleasure, moving pleasures and static pleasures. He believed that the pleasure what we experience throughout our life, they are not in same kind. Moving and static. Moving pleasure, which is you can gratify it once, but again it will come within you and try to get satisfaction or gratification. Static pleasure, according to Epicurus, is the best pleasure because it has no craving for the pleasure again. So it is moving pleasures are always bound up with pain. Now desire. 3 types of desires: natural and necessary, natural but unnecessary, and vain and empty. Natural and necessary desires, which comes naturally, especially when we feel hungry, we have to take food to gratify our hunger. So this is natural and necessary. Now the natural and unnecessary desires, the desire for luxury food, which is not compulsory or which is not very much important, but sometimes we want to gratify our soul or our hunger. Vain and empty desires for power, wealth and fame. he described them as vain and empty desires. The craze for more is difficult to control. You want more, but the thing is that when we are running after that, you actually gaining pain. So this hunger will never be gratified. So according to Epicurus, that you should control yourself and you should prevent yourself from running after this vain and empty desire. Now, physics. As I've told you, he discussed about many things in his writings. According to him, all events have causes, regardless of whether those causes are known or unknown. He advocated all matter is made up of tiny things, that is atoms. The motion of atoms is constant, eternal, and without beginning or end. Two kinds of motion can be seen in atoms and they are real. Now, Epicurean paradox. This is a very important thing. This will need another session, and I will discuss it later. They are known as Epicurean paradox or riddle of Epicurus or Epicurus trilemma. It is believed that it is the version of the problem of evil. So this is all for today, Epicurus philosophy. So Epicureanism is a very unique and innovative school of thought which gave lots more to the world of philosophy. I hope you can understand Epicurus philosophy. I will discuss about Epicurean paradox in next time. Thank you.